old world craftsmanship in an air gun. I think I found it. Stick around. With all the new and improved stuff out there in the pre-charged pneumatic category, I thought that I would take a step back and reflect on some of the proven winners that basically established this genre of adult air gunning. So I reached out to Airguns of Arizona. They've been generous enough to help sponsor the channel. They sent me an air gun on loan, and today we're going to be talking about the Weihrauch HW80 long-range rifle. This is in a .22 caliber. I wanted to go back to a Springer for a while just to show you folks that old school still rules. So first off, what we're going to do is a quick specs rundown, and as you guys know, I like to show you up close and personal the item that I'm reviewing. And then I'm going to take it over on the bench. We'll do a quick chrony testing just to give us an idea of where we're at. And then I'm going to test the trigger pull, and then we'll come back and have a conversation about this old classic. Folks, it doesn't get any better than this. Classic air guns, you're here with me. The video starts now. Looking at a 2.5 pound trigger pull stock. Let's talk about the Weihrauch HW80. First off, really impressed. I probably fired about 50 pellets through this air gun before I did the chrony test. And just initially, right out of the box, just hitting hard numbers. In the 760s, I was really pleased with that. And we're just using regular Crosman Premier hollow points, the 14.3 grains. You can find them anywhere. I'm going to do a later video with about 5 or 6 different pellets. We'll see how they group. But at 10 yards, they were just hitting one hole over there, doing a great job with those Crosman Premiers. Also, just the trigger pull on this air gun, 2.5 pounds. That was really impressive. That record trigger that's been in production since the mid-1950s is just insanely beautiful. I really like that trigger. And you can adjust that up or down. If you're doing some field target with this air gun, you might want to go with a lighter trigger pull. But for hunting, 2.5 pounds, let me tell you what, I'm going to leave it right where it's at. It breaks like glass. This is one of the smoothest triggers that I've ever used on an air gun. Just insanely beautiful. Now, let's talk a little bit about specs. First off, .22 caliber. The barrel length on this air gun is 12 inches. Now, where this differs from the regular HW80 is the regular one came with front and rear sights. The Long Range Hunter comes with just a 3x9 scope. They have an 11mm rail, and then they have some pre-drilled set points in here for when your scope mount, you can pin it down to keep that scope in place because there's going to be a lot of recoil going forward and back with a Springer. But I'm just having fun with this. Monte Carlo stock. Beautiful Monte Carlo stock. The comb on this stock just cheeks really nice. And able just to quickly pull up, index. And I'm telling you what, this air gun is just designed to be out there in the field hunting. So we're going to take it out after I put a sling on it because it weighs 10.5 pounds. And we're going to get out on some ground squirrels and hopefully be able to get out on some jackrabbits with this air gun. A lot of folks are going to say, John, why are you testing out Springers? I mean, there's a lot of other stuff out there. There's pre-charged pneumatics, there's CO2 air guns. I wanted to take a step back to show you guys that there's still a lot of classic air guns out there that will do the job, that are basically family heirlooms that will last you a very long time if you take care of them. These Weihrauchs, the company's been in business since 1879. They were making firearms and then started making air guns in the 1950s. So they know what they're doing. Now, they have a variety of models in a bunch of different price ranges. This one is right up there in their top of the line. So you're going to look at a price range of somewhere in the $760 range. And don't get scared off by that. There's a lot of folks that buy cheap stuff and then they spend hundreds of dollars trying to church it up and upgrade to try to get something when if you would have just waited another month, saved your money, then you could have pulled the trigger, no pun intended, and bought yourself an already built, upgraded model that is designed to perform. So I'm a big advocate in that you just buy once, cry once. I said that when I was mountain bike racing, about don't buy upgrades, just upgrade. Well, the same goes in the airgun community. Don't expect a cheap airgun to do some of the stuff that a high-end airgun will do. Now, there's a few anomalies out there, but they're few and far between without dumping a lot of money into that airgun. With this, I'm telling you, right out of the box, as soon as you get it sighted in, you're going to be out in the field, you're going to be hunting, you're going to be doing field target, you're going to be having a fun time. So this has been a quick look at the Weihrauch HW80 Long Range Hunter. Stand by, folks, because in the next weeks and months, we're going to be deep diving heavily into the field with this air gun. I'm going to show you its capabilities, real world testing, and what it can do. And then we'll also come back on the bench and we'll test out some different pellets to be able to give you an idea. But right out of the box, it seems that it likes these premieres. We'll see how it performs at 30, 40 yards. Sometimes stuff that shoots good at 10 yards doesn't shoot good at 30, 40, 50 yards. So we're going to play around with it. But I wanted to give you guys just a little sneak peek. I'll leave links in the video description below if you're interested in learning more about this. And I want to say thanks to the folks over at Airguns of Arizona for sponsoring this video. Airguns of Arizona is your one-stop shop for all your premier airgun needs. I highly suggest that you check them out when you're looking for your next airgun purchase. The folks over there are just great and their customer service is phenomenal. I'll leave links as well in the video description below. With that, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.